can't do anything about those picture people. I'm sorry. And that bothers people. Oh, why can't you get clear why? Unfortunately, where I am sitting is the only place I can do this. Unfortunately, I don't have the wherewithal, the finances, or anything else to get anything better right now. So I have to make do with all the inconveniences of basically staring at a computer screen. But you know what? I like my videos. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to. I appreciate if you would, though. It would be nice. Just books that I got lately. Yeah, I've read this book. I read this book a long time ago. This book is written by somebody who I know that's what the Bible says, but I don't like it, and I don't believe it, and I don't want to believe it. So I'm going to rewrite everything. I'm going to create a Jesus who, out of nowhere, decides I'm the Messiah. Now I just have to figure out how to make all those prophecies happen, or at least appear to happen. It's an interesting book. A lot of this is Gnosticism. Let's just be honest. If you look at the references, when you look at the references in a lot of these books that are written on this topic, that are like this book, you'll notice that they like to use Gnostic literature a lot. You will learn a lot about people, writers, about when they talk about the life of Jesus and this, that, and the other. You can tell a lot about why they're doing it by their references, by the material they will use and they will constantly use. I mean, I have read some stuff out there. I'm saying, okay, you're not reading the same book I'm reading. You're reading into the same book I'm reading, but you're not reading the same book I'm reading. But anyway, I read this a long time ago. I thought I'd peruse through it. I've read it before, as I said. Yeah, it's basically written by somebody who says, I know the Bible says that. That's not what it means. Even though it's clear what it means, that's not what it means. I'm smarter than the people who wrote it the first time. Yeah. Beware of scholars. Think of what they mean. Particularly biblical scholars. Biblical scholars, I put there on the same level as newscasters, sports media, and I don't know anybody else I can think of that really like to hear themselves talk. But I would read this so you understand why the Bible is attacked and how it's being attacked. I would read this because, one, it is interesting, the mindset of the author, the mindset of the subject. You know, the idea that Jesus just decided, oh, I must be the Messiah because I said so. And I've read them all before. But some books are worth reading. This is one of them. Just go into it knowing what you're going to get, because go into it knowing what you're going to read. This is a Valentine War book. World War II. Summer of '44. It was 1 month before D-Day. Lieutenant John Hickman, reconnaissance pilot, shot down over Nazi-occupied France. Taken prisoner, he stages his escape from a moving train in a single heart-stopping moment. Now, with the help of compassionate farmers and daring resistant fighters, Hickman makes the long journey home. A journey filled with terrifying dangers, devastating comedy, unexpected humanity. Okay, it was a war book, so I bought it. And I do like the Valentines. The Valentines make pretty good books. Anyway, now I read this book a long time ago, and I found it again. Alfred Hitchcock. This guy was fascinating, if not a little domineering, a little full of himself, but he was a brilliant director. He really was a brilliant director, if not a pain in the you know what. But this book is pretty good. I do have 2 other biographies of Hitchcock. I've always been trying to find this book. I like Psycho and The Birds. Those are probably my 2 favorite films of his. They just are. North by Northwest is pretty good. I like that one. You know, they're all there. He was an interesting fellow. Very interesting fellow. I mean, now Alfred Hitchcock, the intensely private and often bizarre creator, he was kind of odd. Creator of these masterpieces, and it will fully reveal in novel Spado's traces the roots of his Hitchcock's obsessions, mostly with blondes, with murder, food, and idolized love. To the childhood that made them all, but inevitable. He explores Hitchcock's very gifted co-worker, his crude and often cruel practical jokes, and his many fantasy romances, culminating in a dangerous obsession with a beautiful young blonde actress. Yeah, he had a thing for blondes. I have a thing for redheads. He had a thing for blondes. But he was an interesting guy. He was quite the filmmaker. And The Birds is a good film. And Psycho is a good film. Psycho, in this case, I've read the book. I've seen the movie, of course. This is one of those few exceptions where the movie is better than the book. It's a lot better than the book. And Anthony Perkins makes a very crazy person. Anthony Perkins was a good actor. He really was a very good actor. Very underrated as an actor. He deserved far better than what he got. Then there's the portable author series, or portable humans, whatever the portable series was. The Viking Portable Library. Spark Twain. I used to have a whole bunch of these things before I lost one of my libraries. I had to start all over again. I had about almost, I think, 20 of these books. I had a lot of them. They were a lot easier to find back then. I like Mark Twain. I like Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. It's probably my favorite Mark Twain novel. I do like his short stories. Of course I do. I think in this case is one of the rare exceptions that I probably like his novels more than I like his short stories. It's usually the other way around. He was an interesting guy. Quite interesting, by the way. And I found this book that me and Mom were talking about Ivan's War, Red Army During World War II. And I've been looking for this book, Beaver's book on Stalingrad. But, I have a few of his other books. I have one on, let's see, D-Day, I believe I have. Just sort of bibliography, not my own. I do have a lot of his books. Give me bibliography. But yes, he's a good writer. The Russians went through a hell of a lot. Not only against the Germans, but against their own government and against Stalin. It's almost, this is an excellent book. Also, Enemy at the Gate is a good book. I know I'm missing one. I have a few books on the Russian. And my friend Yogi fought on the Russian front. He fought in the Battle of Moscow. Stalingrad, the fateful siege, 1942 to 43. Over 1 million people were killed. Anyway, but very good. Another book I bought. I am going to get back to my Bible study series on Acts. I just have to get some more different books and everything. Life gets in the way. Life gets in the way. Life gets in the way. But I've heard of H.A.R. Ironside. Now, I don't know whether he's any good or not, but so far I like what he's written. I perused a little bit of this. Half price bookstore. I should not be allowed to walk into a half price bookstore unattended by an adult. Let's see. Oh, yes. Last but not least. This hefty tome of John Keats. Biography of John Keats. I know nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. Yes, I know he died young. You know what I mean. He died at 23 or something like that. But I do actually have his complete poetry around here somewhere. But I wanted to get a book on him. This book was actually got at the library. They were selling it for $2. Winner of the Pulitzer Prize for biographies. Well, it's that big, it better be. Yeah. I'll fall over. Fall over. Excuse me. I'm the prices over here. I really need to avoid going to bookstores. I don't think I am. I don't think I'm able to go anywhere near a bookstore without buying a book. It's not a bad affliction. Me and my mom have the same thing. She reads like I do. a lot of different stuff. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to go back to this book briefly. It's very Gnostic. It basically is trying to convince you that just because the Bible says something doesn't mean that's what it means. It means something else. Um, I've heard all this before. I have heard all this, why you can't trust the Gospels, and why you can't trust this, and why you can't trust that, and why this, that, and the other. And every time I read these things, I look at the bibliography, and it tells me where they're coming from. Bibliography will tell you a lot about an author, if they're being actually fair or honest or maybe straightforward with the reader about why they're doing this. I mean, most of his bibliography is Gnostic. It's Gnostic literature, or it's the first century, second century church father people, church fathers. Really, I gotta get these here. But anyway, I'm going to try to do another video in about 30 minutes. I watch my YouTube channel thing on the Headless Horseman, the legend of the Headless Horseman. By the way, History Buffs is the other YouTube channel I was thinking about. If you want to go to really enjoy history stuff, about history and movies. Nick Hodgins is wonderful stuff. He really is good at it. But yes, History Buffs. I think I was trying to think of last time. Anyway, what's going on? It snowed. It's cold. It's snowing. It's that time of year where I have to work an extra shift because FedEx seems to think that we have to. Hey, I'm also being paid to read on work when it's slow. I'm not going to complain. I like my job. I like my job because when it is slow and there's nothing to do, I'm reading. And they don't seem to care. As long as I do my job. And you gotta like a job that allows you to read. I'm being paid to read. Why complain? This person is the mailman gonna stop. I'm waiting for something to get here. Stop. Maybe my movie got here. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off real quickly. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Behave yourselves, because I'm not going to. See you later. Hopefully my movie got